explanation of symbols on worksheets are as follows. Use coloring crayons to color the picture. Use your finger to follow the track or line or show the correct picture. Use a coloring crayon to draw a line or write a number or sound. Look at the picture and say the number or sound out loud. Use a scissors to cut on the dotted line. Look at the picture. Use these symbols for the lesson of the day, which will be allocated at the top right side of each page. For example, Lesson 1, Prepositions and Directions.
Welcome to MyZone online school. My name is Teacher Hwakos and I'm joined by my friend. This week's lesson is all about my 5 senses. But before we start, let's sanitize our hands. It's important to do so that we can kill all the germs. If you don't have a sanitizer at home, please go ahead and use soap and running water. Today's lesson is all about letter O and handwriting. Let's go to page 13. Okay. We're going to practice writing letter O. Say O. 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 Off. On. Off. On. Off. Now we're going to try and write it on the blackboard. Just follow carefully with your eyes. We're going to start on top. Remember to go to your left. We're going around, down and up again. Start at the top. Remember to go to your left. Around, up and stop. Now we're going to ask our friend to help us to write a O on the board. Good. Well done. Wonderful. Can we go to page 13 to do our exercise? This exercise is all about writing the letter O. And there's an ox in the corner. Can you say ox? Ox. Now let's start at the arrow and go around and up until we join the dot. Once more, start at the arrow, go around, up and stop at the dot. And the rest of it is at the bottom lower part. There you can practice how to write your letter O. Wonderful. Can you do the second page? You can do that all by yourself now. Let's move on to page 14. There is a different exercise on there. Can you see the picture of the octopus? Octopus. It's having a beginning sound and it's O. The second one, if you say it, ostrich. What sound do you hear at the beginning? The sound is O. Wonderful. Now what you have to do is draw a picture with the sound, with the same sound. So if you see, when you say the word and you can hear the sound, oh, draw the picture next to it. But now let's go down to the bottom. There's a picture of an apple. What sound do you hear? Is it the same sound? I wonder whether you can work that out on your own. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Let's move on to page 15. Yeah, you will enjoy yourself. I can see. What do you think this picture is made of? Oh yes, it's a snail. It does not start with the same sound, but it helps you to form the letter O. So start at the arrow and follow the dots until you come to the middle. Well done. Now do the second one and the third one all by yourself. That was great.
Hi everyone, my name is Josie and I am Peg. My mommy used to tell me that I need to wash my hands and sanitize it to keep the germs away. Also, one thing you can remember is to sing the alphabet song while you wash your hands. After that, it will be super clean. I usually do it. And until next time, bye!
ShopRite has always been here for you, and our promise to bring you low prices on what you need most will never change. Like 3 kilos of Polana macaroni, only $69.99, and 2 liters of Nola sunflower oil, just $46.99. Only at ShopRite. Lower prices you can trust, always. One stop, one safer shop.
When you're saying things that degrade women, for me, number one, I am not there, because that is basically what I don't believe in. I don't stand for things that degrade women.
What do you think we can add? What can we put in the basket?
First of all, let's put Blossom back in the basket.
Look at the person like, man, let's do a song.
Let's do something.
Just
let's
like
collaborate.
Let's collaborate.
The Africans were claiming us.
Yes, exactly. To the rest of the world, they belong to us. Namibia, Baba, Namibia.
I'll help you carry on.
Creating music and putting some stuff out for the people who've been supporting me, that's definitely something that's next on my list.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Your World of Champions is getting an exciting makeover. We're giving your favorite sport a dedicated channel to enhance your viewing experience. Finding what you want to watch has never been this easy. Welcome home to your dedicated channels on the World of Champions, coming 1st September.
Explanation of symbols on worksheets are as follows. Use coloring crayons to color the picture. Use your finger to follow the track or line or show the correct picture. Use a coloring crayon to draw a line or write a number or sound. Look at the picture and say the number or sound out loud. Use a scissors to cut on the dotted line. Look at the picture. Use these symbols for the lesson of the day, which will be allocated at the top right side of each page. For example, Lesson 1, Prepositions and Directions.
Welcome to MyZone Online School. My name is Teacher Hwakus and I'm joined by my friend. This week's theme is all about the 5 senses. But before we start, let's sanitize our hands. It is very important to do so the germs can all die. But if you don't have a sanitizer at home, please go ahead and use soap and running water. Today's lesson is all about handwriting and letter N. Can we turn to page 17? Let's look at page 17. What can you see? What picture is there? Yes, I can hear you. Just say it out loud. A nest. Yes, you are right. What sound does it start with? N is the name of the letter and the sound is N. 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 Wonderful. I can hear you can say it correctly. But before we do the exercise, let's practice writing the letter N. We start at the top. Always we start at the top. It's good to make a little dot so that you can remember how to go. We start at the top, we go down, up again, and we make a hoop. Go down. Let's do another one. We start at the top, we go down, up in the same line, and make a hoop again. Wonderful. Now our friend is going to help us to write the letter N on the board. Go down, down, Noah. Go down, up again with the same line and make a little hoop. Well done. I'm so proud of you. Now let's look at the page 17. We have got the first letter written in the box. Can you please take your pencil, hold it correctly in your 3 fingers, like this, and write the letter. Start at the top, start at the arrow, go down, with the same line, go up, and make a hoop. And then you stop. Try and keep the letter writing in the box. Try and keep to the size of the letter, and you can practice this all by yourself. Hope you have enjoyed that one. Now we move on to page 18. Let's look at the pictures of page 18. I can see beautiful pictures there. And some of the pictures are starting with the N sound, letter N. And the sound it starts with is a N. So can we go through the pictures quickly and see which ones are starting so that you can color them in when you are done. The first two I will do for you, and the rest of the paper you're going to do all by yourself because you are excellent. Nose, nose, it's for nose. And the next one next to the nose is the umbrella. Can you hear the sound? N, n, So you need to find out which one is the beginning sound and which letter sounds the same so that you can color that in at home all by yourself. I know you can do it. Can we turn to page 19? This exercise is very important because we are reading and writing from left to right. So please remember to start on the thick line when you do this exercise. Starting on the first one, I will try and do that with you. We start with the line down. Remember to keep the crayon or your pencil in the hand until you are done on to the end of this exercise. Don't lift up your hand. Just try and keep it in on the lines. Don't move it up until you are done. Wonderful. Don't remove your hand until you are done with that line. Then we do the next one. Can Noah help us to try and do that? Can you start at the left? He's just going to do some part for us to see how to do it. Okay? Just show us. Thank you so much. Wow. Well done, Noah. Now we can stop so that our friends can finish the rest of the exercise at home. Can we move to page 4? This is also a similar exercise. We start at the left and then we take the line up to the right hand side. So let's look at the pictures. I'm going to do the first one for you. There is a kettle and a cup at the end where you pour your tea inside. So when you start at the arrow, just keep your little hands on the line until you finish at the cup. Thank you so much. Do the next one with the banana up to the bunch of bananas and the baby crawling to the mother and this girl going to school. Well done. Do that all by yourself. I know you can do it. Well done.
Hi everyone, my name is Shorsi and I am Peck. My mommy used to tell me that I need to wash my hands and sanitize it to keep the germs away. Also, one thing you can remember is to sing the alphabet song while you wash your hands. After that, it will be super clean. I usually do it. And until next time, bye!
Win free airtime with hashtag #LearnOn1. Share your comments on the lessons. SMS your feedback, name and town to 555. Hashtag #LearnOn1. Invite learning in.
I'm feeling so bad because of I have been arrested. We are trying to sell to provide our kids with food, but the police, they come to arrest us.
I was literally apprehended in Independence Avenue. I mean, there was no prior communications with the police or with Bonn or Benga, Namibia. These guys literally just apprehended us on surprise.
And when you are talking in a manner that is exaggerated about brutality in this country, I should ask you in which country you live.
Yes, I can confirm that indeed there were 2 cell phones that were found after a search was conducted at the cells that the Fish Road accused us staying.
Do you understand the amount of money that the government has spent on the fight against COVID-19? Could they have spent 300 million on tracing people and managing people? Is that even possible?
The mighty Zambezi River, the longest east-flowing river in Africa, a river that flows through 6 countries, home to a plethora of wild species of fauna and flora, a lifeline for many people whose livelihoods are dependent on the abundance the river brings. Globally, communities who live along rivers rely on these rivers to survive. Communities living along the Zambezi call it the river of life, bringing water for their crops and fish as their main protein source. In Namibia, a country situated in sub-Saharan Africa, the Zambezi River sits at the heart of Kaza, the Kavango-Zambezi Trans-Frontier Conservation Area, which is one of the greatest conservation areas on Earth, a stronghold for very many of our most iconic wildlife.
I'm right now where the river forms the border between Namibia and Zambia. This enormous water body provides sustenance to a wide array of wildlife, bird and fish species. It's also a lifeline for human beings.
The same communities are the people also who are doing the illegal activities.
The price of fishing has gone up because fish has become scarce.
The more they finish, that's the more our life gets harder and harder.
These days, it is very rare to get a big bream unless in those protected areas.
A small group of community members, together with non-governmental organizations like Namibian Nature Foundation, are fighting back.
We have to start thinking out of the box, to be honest, because what's going to happen is going to be out of this box that we haven't seen before.
By creating protected areas, monitoring and patrolling, fish stocks have a chance at recovery. These are the stories of the people fighting for the continued existence of their communities. These are the last defenders.
Struggling with no food, no what. But we didn't stop. If I don't do it, our young children, they'll never know the fish.
Success is now what's next. Shashonda shiba kutoshike to the next.
That's why I think I know what's. If you think I'm judging to your ex, Tanana Shiva Putushke the best. Ongala mwenye yangu ya kowa, ya ukakowa. Ongala mwenye yangu ya kowa. Say no more, no porwa bale. Sunday ito dangi fange, toko pi fange. Say no more, no nangala bale. Sunday ifika moka longe, toko pi fange. Say no more, no chichiga bale. Sunday ito ni fange, toti ni fange. Sanje, yeri numkadona, yeri nango manawa, talye pembe. Oye umkadona, yeri nango mwanawa, yeri mokatopa, talye pembe. Wachenga wakorwa ngwenguro tokaronga, toipo eari matikwetu. Saka mama, saka papa, saka mama na nono ya, saka nona, saka mati na nono ya, saka mama, saka papa, saka mama na nono ya, saka nona, saka mati na nono ya, na nono ya, na nono ya.